Hey everybody, this is the first part in a new series looking at the 2019 USAU Nationals final, focusing particularly on Chicago Machine's comeback against Sockeye and following the game right the way to the end. The story starts with the last goal that Sockeye scored before the comeback begins.
At 10-6 down, Machine field the pull and run a vertical stack. Yiding Hao recognises that Nathan Quan is poaching, so threatens to go deep. Quan gesticulates to his teammates for cover, and Giannis breaks the force around to Evangelides. Notice how Quan's defensive positioning is dictated by the position of his teammates. He orbits sharply around Hao as his teammate passes quickly on the far side. This is because the open spaces are changing as the players on the field move. He effectively forces Hao to move towards his teammate, which deflects his cut and he ends up in no man's land for a couple of seconds. Quan uses this time to clog the throwing lane again, and then closes Hao down very quickly as he starts to become a throwing option. Hao reacts aggressively by threatening up line, but Quan stays balanced and isn't faked out either way.
All this has forced a stall 8 or 9 situation, but there's an open cut coming towards the middle of the field. Machine is still struggling to get flow before Joe White then turfs a backhand.
This Sockeye defense is suffocating right now. Making every pass a challenge and a great job on the mark.
Hao sets off deep and isn't picked up by the deeper Sockeye defenders, one of who comes under and the other one stays guarding Joe White. Rankin winds up for the flick, but Katz is clogging the throwing lane, leaving Giannis as an open pass backwards and towards the sideline. Rankin then hard pivots in the opposite direction to threaten the backhand huck, but Julian Hausman on the force is able to pressure the release point with enough time between the hard pivots to regain his balance. Foster also does well to react dynamically to the situation and make the thrower's job harder. Joe White gets the disc under and goes to execute his classic throw and go move. Unfortunately this time it's a turf and go. First take notice of Quan's aggressive repositioning on the far side of the field, positioning himself towards the space White is looking at and never lingering in space already occupied by a teammate. In the semi-final, White was able to get these throw and go backhands off uncontested and on multiple occasions. But it looks like the combination of hand and foot from Carnegie whilst shuffling his feet on the mark was enough to force the error this time. Sockeye turn over quickly on their second pass in fact, as William Katz puts too much zip on a pass intended for Quan. Keep your eye on Katz because the next time he touches the disc will also be a turnover. The Machine O-line set up a horizontal stack and Christian Foster cleans up after Katz's exceptional point block. Again we see shuffling on the mark, but note how every step is synchronized downfield between Foster and Evangelides, and the awesome athleticism of Foster to instantly take the quickest interception route to the new part of the disc after the mark gets a piece on it. Sockeye dump and swing as Evangelides and White bracket the downfield stack for Machine. A zigzag cut from Foster occupies both bracketing defenders, and the downfield defenders don't reposition to nullify the big break space. Foster pivots wide from a round break backhand to Carnegie. This will be the last point that Sockeye score before a 5-point run from Machine. Tune in for part 2 where we're going to see Machine with a clean hold on offense and then the cracks start to appear in Sockeye's O-line as the Machine D-line ramps it up. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you again soon.
You mentioned Billy Katz getting a hand on that. Christian Foster following through and making sure that there was no chance Evangelides would get his